Well, I think the interesting thing really is that Donald Trump in his statement said that the deal had been approved, but the wording from the Chinese government was very different, really. They said the Chinese government respects the will of firms and welcomes companies to conduct business negotiations on the basis of market rules to reach a solution consistent with Chinese laws and regulations while balancing interests. Now, I think that really is something that we need to read into, because although there's been no word from the White House, it is believed from sources that the deal is effectively not going to be what you expect it to be. Now, what we believe this deal is going to look like is that the deal would ultimately see TikTok's US assets transferred to US owners from ByteDance. Now, that is believed to be the company Oracle and one other. And now sources familiar say, however, that the US TikTok would then still make use of ByteDance's algorithm. Now, effectively, that means that the algorithm, which a lot of lawmakers on Capitol Hill took umbrage with and really was the reason and the worry behind the national security concerns here, is not going to leave Chinese hands, but rather is going to be licensed by this new US company, and that the US government would also get a cut of this money, which is going to exchange hands ultimately. But of course, that arrangement worries lawmakers concerned that Beijing could still spy on Americans or conduct influence operations through the app. Now, of course, China has said that there's no evidence of a national security threat posed by the app, but really the entire reason for this law, which, remember, this is a law that was passed by both chambers on Capitol Hill, was approved by the President Joe Biden, and ultimately is now being kicked down the road by this president. That is raising some concerns with critics of Donald Trump, who say he's effectively trying to evade the will of the lawmakers here by allowing TikTok to continue operation, although not actually fully divesting from the Chinese government, as was the entire reason for that bill in the first place. The main news, though, that came out of that message by Donald Trump on Truth Social is the confirmation that he will be meeting with President Xi at that summit in South Korea, APEC, at the end of October. The White House so far has not confirmed that, but we got that from the horse's mouth now. And also, more importantly, we know that Donald Trump will now be going to China early next year to have that meeting with Xi Jinping.